Hello, I'm Professor Bustillo-Booth. Welcome to this video tutorial where I'll walk you through stage 1 of the major project deliverable called Secret Shopper for Business 101 Introduction to Business. Please keep in mind that there are probably multiple sections and different instructors teaching this course, and that their number of stages and their instructions may vary slightly. It will be your responsibility to follow your particular instructor's expectations. If you have not already watched the overview video for this project, please be sure to do that, as it will give you a good sense of how the project is spread across the course. All right, if you don't already have a pen and paper in hand, please be sure to have those ready so that you can take notes along the way. Let's go ahead and get started. In this session, I will go over the project purpose, then review the learning outcomes for the Secret Shopper activity, quickly give you an overview of the multi-stage nature of this deliverable, then walk you through how to find the Stage 1 assignment in Canvas, as well as how to complete it successfully. I will end with a discussion on the role of peer reviews. Biz 101 Introduction to Business is a survey course. It provides an overview of the major functions of business, operations, marketing, and finance, which small and large businesses alike are concerned about on a daily basis. These functions are large and complicated topics that require several courses to cover in great depth. To help give you a ground-level appreciation of these functions, you will engage in a Secret Shopper activity. Here you will examine a major operational function called customer service from start to finish. You will also begin to be aware about the important role of marketing in creating, capturing, and communicating value to customers. Other assignments in the course will help you gain an appreciation for the role of finance in business. By successfully completing this project, you will be able to meet the following learning outcomes for the course. Define and examine the role of small business and the free enterprise system. Analyze the functions of business, such as management, organization, human relations, marketing, financing, and ethics. Observe a small business. Analyze operational activities and report on strengths and weaknesses around management, human relations, or marketing. This particular project will focus mostly on the management of an operational activity called customer service, as well as be able to observe marketing principles. This multi-stage project has at least 3 stages. If your instructor assigned you more than 3, please be sure to watch the appropriate video tutorials. In the case of 3 stages, you will begin with stage 1, where you will identify a small business and conduct an industry analysis. This is followed by the development of performance standards you will use to observe and score your chosen local small business. Finally, you will bring everything together and a report of your observations, findings, and recommendations. Let me now walk you through how to complete stage 1. You can find the assignment in multiple ways, one of which is through the Canvas to-do list. The assignment will appear here near the due date. Another way is by clicking through grades, which will show you a list of assignments that are due. I'm going to walk you through how to find it through modules. Once you are in modules, go ahead and scroll down to where the assignment is due. In this particular course, it is in week 3. And you'll see here the assignment called Secret Shopper Stage 1 of 3, Company ID and Industry Analysis. Go ahead and click that. This will launch the assignment and its instructions. Be sure to read all of the instructions and watch the video tutorials before you begin. Once you have done that, go ahead and click the worksheet called Company ID and Industry Analysis. Once you click that link, it will download a file like the one you see here. Please be sure to name that file in a folder that you will be able to find easily. Please note that your instructor might have a slightly different worksheet. Let's go ahead and zoom in into this 2-page document. Let me focus on the first page. Here you will find instructions on how to complete this assignment. It will say, for example, that you will likely have to visit the business at least twice. The first visit is to help orient you to the business before you observe and to help you answer the questions for this stage 1 assignment. To clarify, the first visit is not the Secret Shopper observation. It is merely intended to help you gain a sense of what the business is like so that you are ready for the observation itself. Let's now focus on the questions you will need to answer for this assignment. The first of which is to identify the local small business you will observe for the secret shopper exercise. You'll go ahead and answer questions like the name, address, phone number, and the like. A local small business is one that is in the general vicinity of where you work or live. A small business is defined as one that has 500 or less employees. Now, you might find franchises like McDonald's, Subway, Hair Clips, LA Fitness, and you observe that they have less employees, but those do not qualify because they really are part of a large corporate chain and are considered a major business. The next questions ask you to describe the products or services that the business offer, and you'll want to be very specific and identify whether or not they're tangible or intangible. And if you are unclear what this means, be sure to refer back to your reading. The third question is, in what industry does the business operate? Now, it's not always obvious what that might be, and so therefore I provided you a link here so you can do a little bit of research to identify the industry. So industries are like restaurants, fitness gyms, coffee houses, construction, furniture, and home furnishing, and there are many others. The second part of this area asked for market trends for the industry. And all that really is expected here is for you to do an internet search about what kinds of trends that business industry might be facing. And for example, if you were observing a restaurant, you would go in your internet search and type in terms like restaurant trends. And that should generate a number of resources that discusses the kinds of insights or trends that restaurants should be paying attention to. And you'll just go ahead and write a summary of what you find here. Please be sure to use reputable resources. So if they end with .org or .gov, those are typically credible resources. The next question challenges you to pay particular attention to who the typical target customer is for the business. Businesses do not have all the resources in the world to target all of the customers in the world. And so therefore it tends to focus its attention on attracting the kind of customer who is interested in the products and services it offers. A careful observation during your first visit will give you a good age range or a dominant gendered preference or a household type, for example. So if you were to visit a nail salon, you will likely find that it is likely to have more females there as opposed to males. Or the particular income range might be in the lower income bracket or the middle class income bracket and so on. And how you can tell is through the pricing. So if the pricing tends to be higher, say for a burger, the burger is about $12 a burger, that will typically be for a middle income household as opposed to a $7 burger. So that will tend to be on the lower end of the economic spectrum. You're not expected to be very specific, but to offer a range of what you have observed. However, if you say all or everyone and the like, you will receive 0 points for this part because that is simply not the case for businesses. If you are unsure of what to put here, go ahead and consult with the manager or the owner of the business. They will typically have a very good sense of who they are trying to target. As far as needs and wants of customers, you'll want to pay particular attention to what the customer must have in order to buy the product or the service versus those kinds of things that are just nice to have. This requires your careful attention to what the business offers and what the customer will typically be willing to pay for as extra versus the things that they're willing to pay for because it's just basic to what they expect of the business. The last question asks you to do a little research on who the likely competitors are for the business. And it may require that you do a little internet search or a drive around to figure out who these businesses are, and they are likely ones who offer similar products and services or ones that are substitute to what the business currently offers. Once you've completed answering the questions, please be sure to go back and review your answers to make sure that they did indeed answer the questions and that you followed proper language use conventions. This document is considered business research and is expected to be professionally written. Once you're ready to submit your file, you'll go back to the assignment and click a button called Submit Assignment here, and it'll take you to an area where you can file upload. And you will choose your file by using this button, and you may leave some comments for the instructor if you wish. And after you do that, go ahead and submit the assignment. Unless your instructor says otherwise, all of the stages will be peer reviewed. After the deadline, you will be assigned peer submissions to anonymously review. You will use a rubric to review the work. This will be the same rubric for grading purposes. The instructor will give the final grade. The intent of the review is to help your peers improve the product with positive and constructive feedback. It is also to help expose you to the work of others in order to give you ideas on how to improve your own. Please be sure to watch a separate tutorial on how to appropriately conduct peer reviews. You will typically have 2 days to complete the number of reviews assigned to you. If you fail to conduct the peer review, you may lose points against your own submission. Let me end with some success tips. Of course, you'll want to read all the instructions before you get started. Watch all the videos and take notes. Use the rubric to develop your assignment. Be sure to submit the file you intended to submit, as late work may not be allowed in your course. In order to review the file that you submitted, go ahead and click on that file and review its content. If you need to resubmit the file, that is allowed in Canvas. And lastly, be sure to reach out to your instructor for further guidance. We are here to help you succeed.